Welcome to solverfy.
Okay, this problem is having us describe a reaction between diazomethane and carboxylic acid. So first I'm going to write down my carboxylic acid and then my diazomethane. So diazomethane is CH2N2, so I'm going to write down my CH2 and I'm going to double bond that to a nitrogen. If that is double bonded to nitrogen, I'm going to double bond this nitrogen to another one. So the center one has a positive charge and this rightmost one has a negative charge. So if that has a negative charge and this has a positive charge, then this is a neutral molecule. Okay, so this is one resonance form. This is one. Another resonance form would be if I were to manipulate this compound in a way that I can move the positive and negative charges around. So I'm going to move the electrons from this rightmost nitrogen onto this double bond to create a triple bond. And if I do that, then this nitrogen will have exceeded its octet. So I need to manipulate this molecule even further so that that does not occur. So I don't have an exceeded octet on that nitrogen. So I'm going to move the electrons from this carbon-nitrogen bond onto this carbon. I'm moving everything to the left. Okay, so I should have the molecule in which I have a lone pairs on the carbon. So that is now a single bond. I have the positive charge on my nitrogen still, but I have a triple bond between the nitrogens instead. Okay, so I just moved my positive and negative charges around. So if I look back to my carboxylic acid, it is stated in the problem that I want to create an ester. So this is the ester that I want to make. I want to have OCH3. Right now, in my resonance form, I have CH2. So in some way, I want to protonate that CH2. And luckily, I have my acidic hydrogen on my carboxylic acid, so I'm going to use this bottom resonance form, the one that is depicting the lone pairs and the negative charge on the carbon. So I'm going to use those electrons and protonate my CH2. Okay, so if I protonate that CH2, then I'm going to have to move the electrons between this oxygen and my hydrogen onto the oxygen. So I should end up with this intermediate, where I have a negative charge on my oxygen, and then I have H3C single bonded to a nitrogen, which is triple bonded to another nitrogen. Okay, so this is my intermediate stage, where I have my negative charge on my oxygen, and I have my CH3. Okay, so this is the second part of the question, in which I have to show this part of the mechanism. So I have my lone pairs on my oxygen. Those are going to attack my carbon. And I know that because in my final product, I want to have that CH3 on top of my oxygen, or at least connected to my oxygen. So I'm going to attack that oxygen. I'm going to attack with my oxygen my carbon, and while I do that, I will release my N2. So if I have a nucleophile attacking a electrophile, and in that process I have a leaving group leave, that is called an SN2 reaction. So that is my SN2 reaction, and after all that, we should get this product with N2 gas as my leaving group.